While we were growing up, my mother told us stories. And one of the beautiful stories she told us was about a beautiful girl, a princess who wanted to get married. Different suitors came from different environments and they wanted to get married to her, but she refused. She wouldn't oblige to them and she just didn't want to get married to any of them. She wanted a king, a prince, or a married to get married to her. And different suitors came from different time, the poor, the rich, the people she knew. She just wanted something extra special. One day there come this beautiful suitor and he came with all manner of good, silver, well dressed, the best that she has ever seen. But without any further ado, any much thought, she agreed to get married to this guy. The father was so happy, and yes, they got married. But after every marriage, the groom have to take his bride home. So they started going home. While they were going home, this guy got to a particular point. He dropped his box of clothes. He got to another particular point. He dropped his flesh. He got to that particular point. He dropped his eyes. On that particular point, he dropped his skin. So he dropped and dropped and dropped, and finally he was left with bones. Then the guy realized that was the guy he has been waiting for was nobody, was not human, was a spirit. Then she knew that she was in a deep shit. She know she had a regret that she could have married to. Um, that's those guys that she knew. The word that says that the devil you know is better than the angel you don't know. Yeah, this brings me to a reality. There was this beautiful girl I know in church. She was a very fervent sister in church, and different brothers were coming. She was sweet, very beautiful. Different brothers were coming for her, like asking for her hand in marriage. She wouldn't. Yeah, there come this particular guy from Abuja. Why this guy came from Abuja and was like, the guy was well dressed. These Abuja guys now, they can have car and not have a house to sleep, a home to sleep. They don't have a roof over their head, but they are driving a very good car with a very good tie and a very good well pressed suit. Yeah, this guy came. Every time he comes, he spoils the girl. Every time he comes, he spoils the girl. The guy came with a lot of trick and a lot of sweet one. His pocket was not heavy, but his mouth was heavy. But the way he came for this girl, he came ready. The girl looked at this guy was having a lot. Every time this guy went to visit this guy in Abuja, this guy is either sleeping in hotel or in somebody's house. In hotel or in a friend's house. The girl was like, let's go to your house. The guy was like, don't worry, I don't want to stress you. I don't want to stress you. He gave the girl a good treat and the girl didn't bother to think about the guy's house. Yeah, one thing led to the other. And the guy came from a fairly good background. That's they were well, a fairly well, moderately well to do. They were not poor. Yeah, they were not very rich, wealthy, but yet they were not poor. And instead they were not very poor, they were not poor. Yeah, yeah, when they got to Abuja, yeah, the guy stayed first day in hotel, second day in hotel, yeah, before he moved to his friend's house. Yeah, the friends move out. Not knowing that it was the friend's house, the friend moved out of the house. After a while, the friend was tired of sleeping outside. So he came one day and like, guy, I have to come into my house. So they moved. There was nowhere to sleep. What they do was the guy took the girl to an uncompleted building. That's where they were staying. When the family now find out that this girl could not even eat, this girl was eating unripe pawpaw. This girl found that his life was in a very very terrible mess. If you know any character like this, I'm not talking to you. Or if you are in this shoe, I'm not talking to you. But I'm just talking like it's not everything that is good. Sometimes some things are beautiful does not mean they are not rotty within. So one thing led to the other. They find this guy now realized that this guy had nothing. The car he saw the guy with was not his own. The suit he saw the guy with was not his own. Neither everything that he has met with this guy, nothing was his own, apart from the fact that he lives in Abuja. And the Abuja he lives in was not Abuja. Because if you live in another Abuja, you live in Abuja. No, you're not living in Abuja, you're living in Abuja. So finally, this guy got sick. It was not the family, thank God to good family members that now realized and took their sister to hospital. But when the girl finally realized herself, she had to run. But the funny part is not everybody has the second chance to run like that. Some guys have met this very good sis girl. they grew up with. But suddenly they met this flashy sister. They left that girl and went for it. I tell you, most of them are in regret now. So ladies have also done the same. They met this guy who have spent all their life for them, who have done so much for them. But once they got to that point and they get to their head that they are now above this guy. Sometimes this guy will even train them in school. Yeah, train them in school, train them in work, pay for the that, this and that and that. And once they have been trimmed, he left the guy. Like, he are not in my class. But guess what? That class they went in, they went to most of them are regretting. And if you are a guy that somebody have left you like that, or a lady somebody have left you like that, don't cry. You know what? Because sometimes it might just be God opening, closing that door for you. I have a friend who is girlfriend of 5 years have left, just left. And he told me, I said, congratulations. Sometimes it might just be congratulations for the girl, but sometimes it might be you for your good as a guy. But sometimes it might just be good for both of you. Who knows if both of you have gone together, what would have happened? So, my dear, when the heartbreaks come, yeah, it's not going to be easy for you. It's not going to be easy for you to take it. But what you're going to do is take it, test it, cry. I want to say don't cry. My mind is cry. But when you finish crying, stand up and say thank you, God. Because God just saved you from one of the biggest trouble. You see, it is better to have a heartbreak, a broken relationship than a broken marriage. To live broken in a broken marriage. It is better to have a broken relationship while you are not yet married than to live broken in a broken marriage. You try because you will strive and strive and strive and strive. You don't know why your face, everything is getting wrinkled within time. Because why? You might not understand. You might not understand. But when you enter, you now understand the power of peace. You understand for first hand the power of peace. That is why I say to people, until you are married, you don't have the right to judge whatever is happening in someone's marriage. Or if you are not married to that person, you don't understand what that person is going through. Or you are not able to talk to both partners to know what is happening. You still don't have the right to be the to judge. Shut up your mouth. Just be in the middle. Talk whatever you want to talk, but don't take side. God bless you.